What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Bakasura in the jungle. Now we are on that Conquest map, and this is one of my first matches, so let's give it a go. Now, I really enjoyed Bakasura in the arena, so I thought I would try him out in Conquest. I've played a couple of matches at Conquest, and they've kind of been hit or miss. There's a lot of DCs, and you know, just things like that. There really isn't a penalty for getting a DC, so you have a lot more dropped players and things like that when you're playing Smite. But hey, I am having a little bit of fun with this game. Now, Bakasura, I believe that's his name, guys. If I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sorry, Baraka. But he's a very simple hero to play. You know, you've got to jump, you've got a self buff, and then you have that deal that you suck minions in to empower your ultimate, and then, you know, hey, you get your ultimate, and your ultimate does more damage. You know, very simple hero. And I think he's a very good starting hero, especially if you're looking to play that assassin role. Now, one thing about assassins is they're big damage dealers, but they're very, very weak. You know, they're much weaker than, you know, your warriors, which is, I believe that person that I was just fighting there, I believe that they are a warrior, and you can see, you know, she's coming in doing some ganks, these early stage ganks, and I'm just leaving her alone. You know, I'm getting my farm and she's not. I'm gonna head back to this speed buff. Now, if you look at the map, you can see the buffs. The jungle camps are not just full of minions. There's experienced jungle camps, and then everything else is a buffing jungle camp. So you do have reasons to stay in the jungle. You know, you want to go pick up those buffs, and you can see they drop like a little bag of goodies on the ground, and you have to make sure to walk over it to actually pick that up. And then I'm gonna head back to base. You know, I'm able to pick up another card or another item, and again, it's on automatic. I don't even know what I'm picking up. Most of the time, it seems that when you are playing the automatic mode, it puts on movement speed right very, very early on, and I get a lot of movement speed with this guy towards the end of the game, and guys, movement speed is definitely nice. Now, this camp I'm clearing right here is just an experience camp. Now, the experience camps are pretty equivalent to what I would say a white camp would be in Paragon. You know, just minions that give you gold and experience. There is an actual gold camp, and there is also camps that, you know, give you buffs, you know, like the speed buff, like there's a damage buff, there's a mana buff, there's, you know, that camp just to the side right there. That's a big gold boost. So, you know, we'll learn the game more, and I'll hopefully get that information to you as quick as possible. Now, we are able to make a pretty early gank over here, and, you know, we're able to take out this ADC. And, you know, hey, great collapse by my team. I am not exactly sure if I'm playing casual, and it doesn't seem like people are really picking the roles and things like that they should. You know, people aren't picking the positions or anything. As you saw, there wasn't a support in that lane, and then we've got a ADC and a caster in that duo lane. Which, one thing about Smite is they call the lanes a little bit different. There's the long lane, the mid lane, the short lane, and then of course the jungle. And you can tell the difference of the lanes if you look at the towers. The towers are closer together in one lane and further apart in the other. And I believe the long lane is the lane where the towers are further apart. If you see the first two towers, they're actually further apart than the other lane. I believe they call that the long lane. The other lane is the short lane. ADCs and your guardian heroes, or your hunters and guardians, should be playing in the long lane, and your warriors or your assassins play in that short lane. But again, guys, I'm definitely going to start doing a lot more research and kind of finding strats, build guides, things like that, because I definitely want to bring that information to y'all, especially, you know, if I'm going to kind of concentrate on Smite a little bit. Now, you can see I'm stacking up that sucking in minions in, because I want that ultimate to hit like an absolute truck whenever I decide to actually use the thing. And we're gonna try to make an attempt on that mid laner right there. You know, that little dragon thing, he's got a ton of movement, and he's got a lot of AoE spells, so, you know, he's pretty tough to deal with, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm doing my jungle thing, you know, making sure we're getting ganks. I head over to that gold camp, and you can see I can't actually suck in one of those minions, so that's more of like an objective camp instead of just a regular, just kind of farming camp. So, you know, that's definitely one thing to learn. I also have not seen if, when you suck in a minion, if you actually get the experience and things like that for doing that. I haven't checked that. I definitely need to figure that out, but, you know, as of right now, I'm just going in. I want to do some work. And we definitely are in a bad situation at this point. You know, we're way behind the minion wave, and yeah, you know, that was just a bad, that was a bad time to go in on that, but hey, no problem at all. We kind of forced them to back. We got that lane situated. I'm going to head back to my jungle and start working on my jungle camps. Now, the hardest thing for me to get used to, well, there's two harder things for me to actually get used to within Smite compared to Paragon, is the movement speed and just the entire match speed, as well as the time to kill. The time to kill is so fast in Smite, but the movement speed where, you know, the minions running, the heroes or gods running, it's much slower than Paragon is. And, you know, if you see now, I'm moving at a pretty good speed, which is, you know, might even be a little bit faster than Paragon, but I'm a very fast hero. I've got gems to make, or items to make me fast, as well as I've got a speed buff, so I'm just scooting along. But for the most part, most of your other heroes don't have near the movement speed, but almost every hero has some sort of evade. Casters, you know, casters, ADCs, I believe every ADC has some sort of engage or, you know, evade, and it feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel like, hey, you're completely useless when a fight happens. You know, if you get caught out of position, you're screwed. It really feels like, hey, I can actually be out of position and not instantly die. But if you don't get out quickly, you are going to instantly die. You can see I just stayed in that AoE just a little bit too long, and I took a pretty good chunk of damage, and that was just from that one simple attack. You know, and that AoE is really meant to, if you stand in it, you can take a lot more damage. Now we're actually going to help down this first tower, and hey, you know, awesome. We've made, you know, I feel even though I've done a ton of running around, I haven't had just a whole lot of engagements yet. I feel we're having a pretty solid impact so far. Now, I did kind of bait this hero out. I don't know what this hero is. I did kind of bait her out, and oh man, she definitely did work on me. So hey, we need to get out of that situation. I'm gonna just kind of rotate around. I go ahead and grab another one of those minions. That when you suck in that minion, it actually heals you up a little bit, and you can see I'm taking, getting ticks of 10 health, and you know that. I like that. Guys, I really like this hero. I'm definitely a fan of him. We go ahead and throw that ultimate down, which, you know, probably didn't need to be done, but hey, we wanted to make sure that she went down. And then, again, you know, that there's nothing that I want to do in there. I'm gonna head over, get back to my jungle, start clearing up some camps, things like that, and maybe even think about backing, because I do have enough points to actually put on a card. Now, before we get too much further into this match, guys, thank y'all so much if y'all are watching this video. You know, the support is just unreal. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and, you know, through Paragon's kind of crisis, you know, and, you know, it is unfortunate that Paragon is, you know, deciding to close shop in a sense, but, you know, that doesn't mean that our community is going anywhere. The pirate crew is going to live on strong, you know, and continue to experiment with new games, things like that. I am hoping to branch out to some more games, and, you know, I'd love to see y'all come along for the ride. But how would y'all like to see my videos? Would y'all like to see live commentary? Would y'all like to see these breakdown type videos that I'm kind of doing with Spine, even though, you know, I just don't have the knowledge to become a, you know, to really know what I'm talking about all that much. I can explain why I'm doing what I'm doing, but yeah, really, what type of videos would y'all like to see in the future? You know, I gotta say, guys, Paragon, with them saying, hey, we're closing the doors, you know, it takes a lot of desire out of playing. You know, sure, you can still play it for, you know, another month and a half or so, but really, you know, it hurts me to play it, because, you know, Paragon is probably one of the games I've been most passionate about throughout my entire life. You know, Paragon's the only game that I said, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube channel for. But I started a YouTube channel to help people get better at Paragon, and I can't really do that with a game that I have very limited knowledge over. So really, just, I'd like y'all's opinion. Would you like the more serious game modes, or, you know, those breakdown type videos, or just live me hanging out, having a good time, laughing and talking? Let me know, guys. And, you know, even if you don't let me know, thank you so much for the support you've shown throughout the entire Paragon's career, or whatever you want to call it. The Paragon was just such a great game, guys, and I'm definitely sad to see it go. But, you know, you do have to move on every once in a while. Now, back to the gameplay. I did end up getting hooked up to that chick. I have no idea what that line... I don't know if it's kind of the same type of thing that FaZe has, where, you know, I'm getting healed. I missed that jump. Feels bad. Leading targets is absolutely huge in Smite, you know, which it's always been in Paragon as well, but the animations do seem a little bit slower. So, you know, when like, you do a Greystone jump, you jump. You know, when you do a jump with this guy, it's much more up and down with that slower time, so leading that target is absolutely huge. But, you know, when you land, Greystone's land, it did a little bit of damage. This guy, you know, he hurts when he lands, so it's just a different type of game. So, you know, you just have to, we'll all have to get used to that. And guys, the Discord's still going strong. I've kind of reworked it where we're setting it up with different games. So if you have a few people that you want to play with, and, you know, bring them into Discord, and, you know, really, this is our community's Discord. It's not a single person, it's all of us. Love to see y'all in there. You know, I've constantly said that about Paragon. But with us all, you know, all Paragon players are kind of splitting up at this point and looking for new places to call home. Smite's a good fit, and you know, I'd love to see y'all in Discord. Well, from here, we're gonna head over to our the short lane, long lane. No, we're gonna head over to this lane, and we get this kill. You know, one thing I have definitely noticed is it's much easier to pay attention to the map because of the game speed, and there's still a lot of people that get out of position, which might just be the kind of rank that I'm playing within, but a lot of people get out of those positions because, you know, they're just not watching that map, and watching the map within Smite is just so huge, and it's so easy to do since the game speed is just a lot slower. Which, honestly, guys, the slower match, the slower minion speed, the slower speed of the game is just so refreshing, and I really do enjoy that. Now we head over to this ADC, and guys, we're hopefully going to be able to take out this ADC, but she just slips away, and you can see this snake guy. You know, I forget what he is. He throws down that AoE, and man, it's chipping me away. I am getting some heals. I believe that's what that chick that's linked to me, I believe she's a healer, and she definitely kept me alive there. But hey, I'm gonna go ahead and back and put on some cards. You know, I got a ton of gold right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and back, put on some gold, or put on some points, put on some abilities or items. The new names. And guys, I gotta remember to start using relics too. I'm terrible with my relics, but again, we're learning here. Well, once we spawn back in, again, we're gonna go clean up our jungle. You know, we've kind of been neglecting it. We've been doing work, guys. So we head over to this portal demon. Guys, y'all Smite heroes, y'all Smite experts. What is this guy? We kill him. He spawns in a portal. I have no idea what this does. I have got absolutely no idea what this does. Is that like a portal from our base to where if you're in base, you can just poof, you're there? I tried to walk through it, but maybe it's one way? I don't know. Guys, tell me what that is, because it almost seems pointless to take it out. If it's not, I'm sure it's got a reason, but... Now, I start chasing this guy, but chasing kills, although you, depending on your build, you can definitely catch up to people, but that guy's, he's got a lot of evade with that, you know, slow that he has. So, you know, I'm just not going to worry about it. I end up taking out that ADC really quick, you know, I just hit her with my ultimate, like, let's get rid of her. And then you can see this serpent thing, he gets caught out. We're able to do quite a bit of work to him, but again, you know, the people are being, you know, they're getting in and out. We're missing a lot of this. I try to catch up to whatever that chick's name is. Just weren't able to. We both had the speed buff on, and we're matching speeds. Oh, feels bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and back here, and you know, even though I really don't need to back, I'm going to back so I can head over to that other side instead of running all the way across the map. That's one thing I saw a lot of people do in Paragon, where they would be, you know, pushed very far up and they'd want to go to the other lane, or, you know, their tier 2 was falling and they were at the enemy tier 2. It's much faster to back and then run to lane instead of running just across the entire map. And you can see here, I made it, I'd still be, I might just got to mid lane if I would have made that rotation. So it's much easier to back, and, you know, that's kind of true within all MOBAs. I'm going to go ahead and get that lane pushing. You know, we were able to take out that caster. Guys, casters do tons and tons of damage, but they take 3 hits to kill them. And, you know, it's kind of the same with assassins. Assassins and casters are a lot alike. They do tons and tons of damage, but they can't take damage very well. But we're able to clean up that other camp, you know, get that lane pushing, and we're actually going to head over to the short lane. Guys, I'm pretty sure this is the short lane because the distance between the towers is shorter, but I could definitely be wrong about that. I'm going to go ahead and go in on this serpent guy. You know, hopefully we can take him out. Sure enough, we're able to, but you can see that AoE throws down. Guys, I was standing in it. I should have got out of that. I took tons of damage, you know, and you can see the damage is real in Smite. I really wish that they had a some kind of warning system, like, hey, you're getting low on health, you know, the screen would flash red or whatever. Now, one thing I haven't done, but you can completely customize your HUD. Like, you can grab the individual boxes and move them around. I might look into doing that, just because, you know, maybe get rid of the special, you know, the thing that shows you where, you know, I'm sucking minions in. I might move that down in between that gap on the bottom or something like that. You know, I maybe move my health bars somewhere, make them bigger or something, just where it's easier to see. You know, I don't know how in-depth you can get with that, but I'm definitely going to look at that. Now, there's some of that verticality within Smite right there. You saw I kind of jumped over that edge. Oh, that feels awesome. It feels so cool being able to jump from, you know, lane to lane, or, you know, through the jungle, things like that. I really enjoy that, and I think that was something that Paragon was lacking since, you know, early Monolith or Legacy, where you could, you know, fly across the map with the little jump pads. You know, I felt that there was, you know, that verticality was kind of missing, and it's refreshing to have it back. Now we're gonna go ahead, head in on this mid tower. You know, guys, we're doing work in this match. It's 30-14, so we've definitely got a few more kills than the enemy team. Now I am 9-1-7, so, you know, I'm feeling pretty confident in myself. I'm really enjoying playing this hero, and I think that's one of the best things about Smite is there's 150 heroes, or however many. It'll take you a while to find the ones you like, but when you do find the ones you like, you know, you enjoy playing heroes that you like. I mean, as simple as that. Now, I did that where I hit the 2 and I stayed in that locked out where I wasn't attacking. Oh, feels bad, man. But you can see that mage's damage. Oh, he hit me so hard. And I still haven't learned that I need to not stand in puddles of goo. But luckily my team's able to wrap up a couple of kills there, and they should make some pretty good progress. Now, once I finally do spawn in, we're gonna go ahead and do our jungle thing. Towers are... You know, tower diving is definitely discouraged more early game, but I have noticed where late game, you can kind of stand under a tower. Like, as an ADC, I was able to take a handful of tower hits late game, and, you know, although they hurt, you know, I wasn't doomed. But in those early stages of the game, guys, the towers definitely have more of an impact than they do in Paragon, so it's something to be aware of. We're going to go ahead and head over to this caster, and we're able to take him out. You know, he has that straight beam attack, and if you can stay out of that, it's a huge help, because that beam hurts, guys. And I'm going to have to learn a lot of the new heroes. One thing about Smite is there's rotations of heroes, to where you can play free heroes. You know, there's a handful that you can play. I don't know when it resets, maybe every week, maybe every few days. But Anubis is one of them right now, and so I've seen him quite a bit in matches, and I've kind of learned like how he's played. You know, it's going to take me a while to get exposed to all the different type of heroes, but you know, it's nice when you can actually learn one and go, oh yeah, this is how to avoid that, things like that. Now, guys, let me know if y'all know if ability damage works on towers. Like, if I was to use my self-buff there, I think I tried it out once before and it didn't work, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention good enough. Let me know if y'all know. You know, I know there's a couple of people in our community that just, you know, y'all are Smite experts, and I definitely need your help when it comes to learning some of these things within Smite. We're able to take out... I think that's Poseidon. We destroy him. We didn't need to use our ult, but, you know, I wanted to make sure we wrap that up. Sure enough, we're able to take him out and, you know, just continue pushing. Now, unfortunately, the enemy team ends up surrendering here in a second, but, you know, for one of my first few games of Conquest, and I played a hero that, you know, I've got a little bit of experience with, guys, it's a very easy transition from Paragon. You know, it's kind of the same fundamentals. Don't dive heroes, you know, get on the right side of the minion wave, make sure you have minion advantage, you know, those type of things. And I think if you're looking for a new game, Smite would be a pretty easy one for you to pick up. Well, to be quite honest, guys, I'm having an absolute blast with Smite, and I hope to see some of y'all in here as well. Well, if you did enjoy, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to see y'all in there, and as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.